Hello, my fellow Ghoul Renegade, and welcome back to a brand new video of Ghoulish Reacts. And we are back looking at the creepy and animatronic-infested world of the Walten Files. Now, I reacted to the original videos of the Walten Files over 2.5 years ago when I first started my YouTube channel. The Walten Files, needless to say, is a staple of the Dr. Ghoulish YouTube channel and my series Ghoulish Reacts as a whole. It was one of the series that started it all, essentially. Of course, the first series I ever reacted to was Harmony and Horror by Baddington, but the Walten Files was the second series that I actually ever reacted to. So, when I watched the Walten Files 3, known as Bunny Farm, 2 years ago, I just kind of assumed at that point that the series was over. Season 1 was done, the story was concluded, and we knew everything that we needed to know. Well, apparently I was wrong, because during 2023 into 2024, Martin Walls, the creator of the Walten Files, he came back with a vengeance and said that Season 1 was not over yet, and that he actually had 3 more episodes to release. So he had Episode 4, Episode 5, and Episode 6 to finally cap off the Walten Files. So he has come out with a couple of days ago, he came out with the Walten Files 4 CyberFun Tech. And this is one of the last episodes of Season 1. This is part 1 of 3, essentially. So we're going to be watching all of this today, but before we get into the video, I would like to mention why I was gone for a couple of weeks. I simply just wanted to take a break from making videos and not overwork myself to the bone, and I've also actually been working on a lot of stuff in the background for you guys. I've been working on my story project, trying to get the introductory epilogue finished writing, working on the story outline, all of that stuff. And I've also been working on some background stuff for the channel as well. I've been working on my artwork, drawing up some more of my original characters, refurbishing their designs, doing all of that in the background, and just somewhat kind of doing my own thing, also getting ready for another big live stream I want to do. I really want to play Little Nightmares 2, since Little Nightmares 3 is coming out, supposedly. I'm also waiting for Poppy Playtime Chapter 3 to come out on mobile, so we can play that for the channel. But yeah, I got a lot of stuff planned in the background. I just wanted to take a break from YouTube just for smidgen, and also there was a day I couldn't upload because my electric went out for about a day or so, but it's back on now. We're all good. Ooh, we can make videos again. So with all those updates aside, let's actually get back into the video. So I'm wondering if we're going to see some past events. I'm assuming so, but let's see. In any case, okay, we got some balloons. Got the music coming in. Okay, where is this at? Spring event 1971, it says. Oh, it's Ed and Molly! That's Ed and Molly. Walten, specifically. There's Rocket! Okay.
Come on, Molly. Let's go.
Wow, Martin Walls has upped the production for this thing. This is really good. It's animated, too. I like that. I'm glad that Martin actually gets to, I think, see his story to come to the full fruition that it should have always been. I wonder if he's going to remake the other 3 Walten Files to, like, match the quality of this. I mean, that'd be really cool if he did. I'm not saying he should. I mean, I personally like the series the way it is now. 100%. But to match the quality of, like, of Episode 4... I wonder how long that would take, because Martin did say that this took a while to do. Now, for those of you who may remember, let's go back to the Walten Files 3 Bunny Farm. So at the end of the Walten Files 3, we find out that our main character, Sophie Walten, she had no memory of her childhood, or even her brother and her sister. She didn't even remember she had them. Well, that's because after the accident, Sophie was specifically put on pills to make her memories fade away. Just, it numbed out her memories. So she didn't even remember she was a Walten at one point in time. But at the end of that episode, she realizes who she was and who her family is, fully, 100%. And we actually find out the sad and tragic fate of Ed and Molly Walten. See, what happened was Ed and Molly went to a school event that night back in 1971, and Felix Kranken, the co-owner of Bond's Burgers, was supposed to take them home. Well, unfortunately for Felix, he's kind of a drunken alcoholic, and he was driving down the road. He ended up swerving off the road, crashing into a tree, which ended up killing Ed and Molly in the process. And he couldn't bring himself to tell his best friend Jack Walton of what he did. So Felix promptly buried Ed and Molly in the forest and never told his best friend. Of course, Jack was furious about this, but sometime after this event, Jack actually ends up going missing, and so does Rosemary Walton, leaving Sophie Walton the only survivor of the family, as the timeline goes. And it is hypothesized, but it's also kind of shown that Ed and Molly's spirits now possess Rocket, that little gray bunny rabbit that Molly was carrying in her backpack. Their souls now possess that character. So hopefully we see a little bit more of Rocket, because he was kind of a mysterious character at the end of Walten Files 3. So hopefully we see more of that. Brighton Community School Party Spring Event. Okay, nice.
This way. Look, there he is.
There he is. Oh, okay. So in the Walten Files 3, they actually show a little bit of a flashback of Ed and Molly going up to Felix while he's drinking at the bar at the school party, and this is right before the car crash happened. Oh, that's an interesting transition. How they walk into the light, how they were never seen again after that point. Yeah, that's interesting. I like that. That's good. So it shows like their fate essentially. Okay, we got an empty field. Interesting. I like where Martin's going with this, how he's showing us more of the past now. Bunny Smiles Inc. Distribution, a CyberFun tech company, 1974. Okay, so this is 4 years after. Oh my goodness. Okay, that was like 1962. That was like, oh, that was a bunch of time after. That was earlier. We'll chase our dreams across the sky. CyberFun tech. Okay then. That is a creepy image. So we got like a cardboard cutouts of the characters we all know and love with a really creepy baby sitting in front. That's terrifying. Hands down. But it's interesting too. Got that old music coming in. I've always loved this series for the music. I think the music's really good. It really brings the aesthetic, the vibe. Okay. Video menu. Okay, so we got the Bond's Burgers promo, CyberFun programming demo, Shaw joint movement, and BSI cleaning procedure. Okay, so this is a tape for like the technicians who worked for CyberFun Tech. And just like promotional material for the company itself. Okay, so we're gonna look at the Bond's Burgers promo. Okay? Let's watch this promo, shall we? Bunny Smiles Incorporated, employee notes for professional use only. Okay, so we got a note from a character named CB, written on 10/10/1970. So it's October 10th, 1970. Okay, let's read this. I'm gonna go down here. Charles Block. Okay. Just got aired officially as the computer supervisor for unnamed Bunny Smiles restaurant. Thought I've been coming up with names, though I've been coming up with names, with a few names myself. I've known these guys for a while. They're family. I've done some work for them for years now. Okay, even before CyberFun Tech. Getting to meet the Waltons and the Krankens has been super fun. Okay. There was only one part of that I couldn't read. So excited to get to work. The future is bright. From a guy named CB. Okay. Interesting. Oh, we're getting a show. Bond's Burgers. Come join the party. Oh. Bring in drums. Muzu. Banny, okay. Okay. The art's a little strange on this, but I'm not going to judge it. There's Shaw. So I think the reason why they're showing like those really colorful backgrounds when they zoom in on the characters, I think they're showing like how happy it was. This was before they were ever infested with a soul. They were just robots created to give entertainment to people. So I think like when they're showing all those backgrounds with just the individual characters, like them in like a flowery field or whatever, I think it's just showing how peaceful it was. What it was like before they became infested with a soul. Yeah. Ooh. Ooh. I saw something back there. Hold on. Gotta go back. Just a little bit. Sorry. I'm a stickler. I like to look at Easter eggs. I'm looking for clues. I'm looking for Easter eggs. That's what I saw. That picture of Felix and Jack on the right-hand corner. It's very pixelated. That's what I was looking at. It looked like a face for a minute. Okay. Here's our boy Bond. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, I recognize that song. I knew I recognized that song as soon as I heard the dun, 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 tss, dun, 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 tss. For those of you guys who remember very early when the Walten Files first started, Martin Walls actually reached out to this independent band or independent group, and they actually made an official theme song for the Walten Files Season 1 since this is still Season 1, since this is the 4th entry, and Season 1 doesn't end until we get to entry number 6. But he actually had an original theme song for Season 1 written called I Can't Feel Anything, and that's what Bond is singing right here. Now, there is a lyric version, and there's also just a musical version. I actually like the instrumental version of the song better, because I think the guy who sings the song kind of sounds like a little, like he doesn't care about singing the song. He just kind of sounds monotone and boring. I mean, that's just my opinion. I mean, if you guys like the lyric version of the song, but the song's called I Can't Feel Anything. I don't know the name of the band. I can't remember. But if you guys want, you can actually look up the official Walten Files original soundtrack on YouTube, and I'll link that down in the description below, along with the video and the Season 1 playlist, so you guys can all watch all the old stuff, and then come here and watch this. Ooh, there's a creepy white... Oh, there's a face! And there was a creepy dude in a suit in the background. It was like a dude with a white face and a suit and tie. I wonder if that represents Jack. I wonder if we actually get to... Oh, man, that just opened up a rabbit hole. I wonder if we actually get to find out who Bond possesses. Like, who is the one possessing Bond? Because we know every other character except for Bond. Like, we know who possesses every other character except for Bond. Oh, I wonder if Walten's gonna drop that this episode. I'm gonna freak. I'm gonna lose my mind, bro. Okay, so we got an endo here.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is one of the first mech models built by CyberFun Tech.
That actually sounds like the voice for Buzu. I'm pretty sure it is, though. It's the voice actor for Buzu.
To bring the magic of Bond's burgers to life. Today, we'll take a journey through the magic of the showstoppers and how they were created. You might learn a thing or two about the quality of our company.
Okay, so we're being narrated by a character called Cybertelly. Now, Cybertelly, ironically enough, since I took a break for a couple of weeks and I told you guys I was working on some story stuff for my story project that I'm going to be announcing soon, I actually have a character who is like television inspired, an original character, because I like to make all my stuff originally. I don't usually like to go over and just copy other characters, but I'll list all my inspiration for my characters when that video comes. I'm going to explain everything, the ins and outs of my characters and all that stuff, because they're part of my story. They're important in their own way. But I have a character that is like a TV-esque type character, and I can't wait to show him off to you guys. I think you guys are really going to enjoy what I got in store. It just reminds me of that, that's all I'm trying to say. There's that guy! There's the dude with the white suit again! The showstoppers. Okay, so this is concept art. Oh, hold on. Readjusting my leg for this. Right. The showstoppers. Hey, they look cool. I like the art. I've always loved Martin's art style.
These are the showstoppers, the face of Bunny Smiles Inc. Concept art is a very vital part of any good design.
Yeah.
So many different ideas to...
Art department.
The Bunny Smiles Incorporated art department was in charge of pitching up multiple designs for the characters and creating the designs we all know and love.
Yeah.
Rosemary Walten, loving wife of... is a...
They omitted Jack's name! They omitted his name, bro! Oh, they did bro dirty. He's gone missing and they omitted his name. Which I find that is the one thing with the series I've always found odd. Like... Because after Jack went missing, Felix Kranken took over as CEO of Bunny Smiles Incorporated. It's like, this dude was his best friend. And then he openly admits him from, like, ever being mentioned again. It's like he's become a ghost, essentially. Like, he's dead and he's meant to stay dead. That's just crazy. Okay, Rosemary Walten, loving wife of Jack Walten, I'm going to mention it because no one else will, is a brilliant artist with a huge passion for... Oh, are they saying Rosemary was the one who came up with some of the characters? The designs, at least? That makes sense, honestly. I mean, her husband was a businessman. She's an artist, so, it makes sense. It makes sense, boys.
Brilliant artist with a huge passion for poetry and the theatrical, and has done numerous art pieces before becoming the lead artist in BSI. She's the one in charge of making the final designs that would later become the characters they are today.
Wow, okay. So that's pretty much confirmed that she was the one who created the characters, at least what they look like. The concept and everything that makes them what they are today. That is interesting. I think that's the most interesting piece of story that we're getting from this right now, to me personally. Rosemary Walten, okay, she's talking.
We've had a pretty clear idea of how each schedule
Rosemary Walten, April 30th, 1974.
looks like in my mind. The designs just made sense to me. I wanted to make them seem appealing to a younger audience while still being simple enough so they can be easy to remember.
Ah. Now, of course, in the storyline of the Walten Files, Rosemary Walten's the one who came up with the characters, but in our reality, it's not going to surprise me if this is all concept art that Martin Wallace created himself. That wouldn't surprise me at all, because, Martin is the creator of this series. In our reality, in our world, he's the creator of this series. But I like how he has a character in his series that created the characters. I just think that's always an interesting storytelling point. And that's kind of something that I'm doing with one of my stories right now. I have a character who created everything because it's more of like an extension of themselves, essentially. How I see it. Bill Clown. Oh, that was a distorted photo. Animatronics, here we go. Oh, here we go. Bringing out the beats.
Bunny Smiles originally reached CyberFun to make their blueprints for the animatronics. But we all got so invested in the idea that we decided to have a full partnership with BSI. I'm Susan Williams, the lead technical engineer of Bunny Smiles, designed and built the animatronic models for Bond's Burgers.
Oh.
We had
I gotta go back just a little bit. Okay, Susan Wooding's technical engineer, lead technician of BSI, technical support, animatronic designer, and technical engineer. CT technical supervisor. Okay, Susan Wooding. So we're learning more about her, which we knew a lot. We knew bits and pieces about her in the previous, in Walten Files 1 through 3, like how she died, what her kind of role was, but now we're learning actually more about her.
Animatronic models for Bond's Burgers. We had
So as she kind of explained throughout that whole thing, is that originally Bunny Smiles Incorporated just reached out to CyberFun Tech to do the animatronics, but then they actually ended up merging their companies together to do this whole thing. Oh my gosh, that is a creepy photo. So there's Bond standing in the background. There's Banny looking at some kid with mouth wide open, a wide open maw, essentially. And that kid looks look at that kid down there. He looks freaking terrified. My lord. Yeah, some of these kids look unsettled by the robots. Ooh.
We added a ton of features into the models. We managed to even make them have their ability to walk and interact with the audience.
Okay. Totally not creepy at all. Ooh. Oh, ooh, is that Susan Wooding's face? Oh. Okay, I'm back. So after I put this into my video editing software, I was able to actually flip the image and reverse it, and so we can actually read what's going on. Mr. Crankin, this is Norman. I'm going to read this as best as I can, by the way. Mr. Crankin, this is Norman. I'm sending you this letter on behalf of our deal between Bunny Smiles and CyberFun Tech, and most importantly, the well-being of our company, our CyberFun staff. We've been getting a lot of complaints about a number of our staff going missing who was highly associated with you and your team. Susan Woodings has been missing for a week now, and here in CyberFun Tech, we are working as hard as we can to try to manage to get in contact with her. Is there perhaps a detail you could hand us to help locate our missing employee? I'm going to be entirely honest with you, Mr. Crankin, and tell you I have a ton of questions and suspicions about whatever is going on with your company. Whatever it is, it's making both your company and mine look bad to public light. So again, if there's anything that you could help us find Susan, write back immediately. Thank you. I'll see you Monday. Wow. Okay, so Norman is obviously the owner of CyberFun Tech, and he is concerned about the disappearance of his technician, Susan Woodings, which we already know what happened to her. She got placed inside of the animatronic known as Banny one night while working on the animatronics. Okay, so that's the end of that segment. Ooh, that's creepy. Looks like Banny's face. Shaw.
The console. Here is
Okay, CTC console. Here's where the information and code is stored in the audio animatronics.
all the information and code is stored in the audio animatronics. How they can walk, sing, interact with the audience.
Okay. CyberFun Tech console, advanced movement abilities and patterns, voiceover variety, over 40 different responses, walk around, interactive features,
Etc.
facial
That's
tracking.
how they managed to feel so lifelike to our audience. The console is also able to recognize specific people and places.
Oh. Okay, so we got some more sketches here. I'll take it. Okay, I'm back. Sorry for that little error. Okay, so these are more sketches and how they built them. This is different. CyberFun Tech. Interactive. Oh, this is video games. Let's go. Some video games like Bunny Farm. Are they going to bring up Bunny Farm? What is the CyberFun tech console? It's purple guy. Okay, no, it was a joke. Walk around test.
Yeah, don't worry, it's working. First we need to...
Is the console on?
Yes, Charles.
Charles. That is the guy who inhabits Boozoo. Charles.
I just told you.
Alright. I'm just checking if everything's going as
I
planned.
know. Don't worry. This isn't the first test we need to do for the robots.
Alright, great.
You're taking notes, right?
Yes. Yeah, I am.
Right. Test 203. Movement.
Movement. Alright.
Movement.
Alright, so let me get the console working.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, it shows Charles and Susan.
Alright, this is how it's supposed to go. We place a ton of objects around the room. The animatronic is supposed to get to us without bumping into any of the tables, boxes, chairs, etc.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
What happens if the robot falls or comes across any object?
Well, then we're just going to have to test this out again until we get this right.
It'll be a long night then.
You said it.
Okay, so Banny's moving closer towards him.
Alright, everything seems fine so far.
Sure, the robot be so close to the table.
I don't think... Oh! Fuck, it starts again.
Oh, it hit the
I told
table.
you to watch for the table, man.
Damn it. Sorry. What's kind of funny though? Where's the wrench?
I'll check the drawer. I think Jack left.
Oh, as soon as they mention Jack, he goes out. Facial tracking. Oh, how it breaks it down to the simplest layer. Facial tracking, 037-1940, 1974.
I don't know who he is either.
I know. I'm just a little worried. Did Linda call?
She did, yeah. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. Knowing Felix, he's probably drinking somewhere in town.
Oh.
Jack or Rose know?
Oh, dang. Talking about Felix behind his back. I mean, yeah, I mean, I can't really say I blame him, though, because drinking, Felix's alcohol problem wasn't really necessarily something he would hide. I mean, he tried to hide it to the best. He mentions, like, in his ending monologue at the end of Bunny Farm that he tried to hide it as best as he could, but someone always found out. Someone always knew that he was drinking and more on the job. Does Jack or Rose know? Nope. I don't think Landon told him about it either. Yeah, and when Felix started drinking more and more, this is when him and his wife Linda started having a bunch of problems. And this is before even Jack goes missing.
Nope, I don't think Linda told him about it either.
Susan, we have to tell them. I think even Chris knows about the addiction.
Let's just focus on work for now, shall we?
That's why even Chris knows
So,
the addiction.
I'm checking my notes right now. What's up to do?
Well, normally said we should start testing the facial tracking feature. So we're going to have the robot walk around and see if it recognizes our faces.
Oh, we checked that already. Jack brought Ed and Molly here, and the console recognized them.
Well, yeah, but we're going to do a secondary test because the console seems to have trouble detecting the faces.
Oh, the test we did with Sophie. Right.
I see how this...
Oh, they did a facial tracking test with Sophie too. Okay, so this is way before Ed and Molly even died. Okay, so this is way back there. This is way back in the time of the events. Okay. So Jack brought Sophie, Ed, and Molly into the restaurant to see if the robots would recognize their faces for the facial tracking. But Susan's saying that certain faces the robots are having a hard time recognizing.
Let's go. How's Lily, by the way?
She's fine. Spending time with her mother for the weekend.
Oh, Charles is the father. I didn't know that. That's interesting. Identify face. Oh. Oh, so that's... Oh, man, that's such a good Easter egg. So that's what that weird Polygon-esque face was in the Walten Files 1. That was Bond trying to recognize... Okay, so there's a moment in Walten Files 1 where they show this, like, polygon face, like, doing this weird screaming motion. And that was when Bond was specifically attacking a BSI employee known as Brian Stells. And when Brian was screaming, that was Bond's facial recognition system going off, trying to recognize Brian. And Bond didn't recognize Brian before, so obviously he was new because he was new. Susan Woodings, okay? She recognized Susan. And now it's going to do Charles. Charles Brooke. Oh, Charles Brooke, not
great.
Charles Brooke.
Everything seems to be working properly.
Huh. So that means no more testing for today?
Yep, pretty much.
Okay.
Ah, sweet. I could really use a beer right now.
Reminds me of what we were talking about earlier.
Reminds me of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Talking about Felix and his alcohol, of course. Behind his back. Talking about the boss man. Well, the co-boss man. That was kind of creepy. I saw that little girl standing in the corner.
What does that mean?
That's what I heard, man.
He was drunk while driving the car?
Lower your voice, alright? Do you know what went down some weeks ago?
They didn't tell us?
It was private, Charles. Only the family were there.
Oh, so this is after... Okay, so that was after Felix crashed the car. So what they were talking about before was like the near start of Felix's addiction, and now we're at the point where Ed and Molly are dead because Felix's addiction. And Susan and Charles have just now found out about it.
Fuck. How's Jack holding up?
Haven't heard of him in a long while. I barely even see him at work.
You don't think Felix's story lies, don't you?
The story? I think it's bullshit. I think something else happened, man. Something worse.
Ooh.
To the dawn? Molly and Ed?
Listen. I don't even want to think about it. Sitting with that freaking fucking doll in the room.
What's it doing here?
Freaky doll in the room. Oh, they're talking about Rocket. Oh, I see it. Okay. I like where Martin's going with it. I like how he's pulling everything together, like how each and every person was connected in some way to this. So I guess I can assume, since Charles and Susan worked for BSI as long as they did, and was there from the very beginning, as at least that's what it seems like, they were there from the very beginning, that they got to know Jack, Felix, and Rosemary on a personal level. So they kind of became like family friends with everybody. And so when they heard all this, it was just a major system shock, essentially. Wow, that's interesting.
Felix said it is. Tell us not to tell Jack or Rose there.
Shit.
I don't even want to be involved in this shit anymore.
Alright, let's just try the same way. This is fucked up. I don't even want to.
Same. Let's just check up on the other rooms for now. So I'll check up on the games.
You're right.
Okay, so they went. And the robots haven't moved yet. Rocket's moving, though, on his own. Okay, so they specifically said that Felix hid Rocket there because he didn't want Jack and Rosemary to know what he did. Which, you know, to us who have seen the series, we know what he did. He killed Ed and Molly in the car crash, as Charles and Susan were just talking about. So it's like Felix hid Rocket to cover up his tracks, and now Rocket's moving over to Buzu. Why? Two blocks. Oh! I get it! Their faces. What they looked like after the crash. No faces found. Ed and Molly, it said. Oh, that was creepy. That was a good one. That was a good one, Martin. You got me on that one. I get it. So are they saying that Rocket, because Rocket contains the souls of Ed and Molly, that's how they had so much control? Oh, so they like hijacked the facial tracking, essentially, in their own way, like their souls did. That's how they had so much control over the robots. So they're really the masterminds behind all this. It wasn't the people. Oh, so that's kind of where all this starts. Ah, okay. Martin's got me intrigued. This is really, really good.
ESI technical support, audio log number 3, June 30th and...
Oh, there's a face. What the heck? Something's going into Bond. Something's messing with Bond. Oh, Bond's infected now. Is this Susan at her home? Yeah, this is Susan. Oh, she's not at her house, okay. She's back at the restaurant. Oh, is this when she gets killed and shoved into Banny? I'm assuming so. Okay, she's looking at Bond. Our boy Bond.
Let's see.
There's Rocket sitting there. Okay, so she was doing some maintenance with Bond at the restaurant. Oh. Well, there's Banny. What's in the box? Isn't that Banny's foot? Oh, it's Bond! Oh! What is he doing? Oh! He's like mangling her face. Oh, he like crushed her skull. Oh! Oh, did he just stomp on her head? Well, he obviously recognizes her face. He's reaching down. Whoa! Dang, Martin actually showed it too. See, bro, this is why I like this series so much. Because, I mean, yes, I know in the original, like, 1 through 3, in episodes 1 through 3 of season 1, we were never really shown how they died. Just more so, it was, like, kind of told to us. It was more tell, but not show. But that's why this is becoming such a good series, because now Martin actually is having the capability. He's actually showing us what happened. So we don't have to make guesses. We don't have to assume anymore. He's showing us the full story now. Wow, he actually showed it too, man. This is actually better than a lot of the horror movies I've even seen. Like, normally they don't show it. They just, like, they kill the character off screen and that's it. And you just gotta assume what happened to him. Oh, yeah, he mangled her face. Dang, Bond is savage. Who is the sinister spirit? And I know it happened because of Rocket. Because of Ed and Molly. Okay, so Bond's driving him. He's happy. He's like, hey, boy. May 3rd, 1974. Who's this? Is this Jack? Okay, Jack's driving home. Yeah, that is Jack. Has to be Jack. Because that's the Walton's house. Felix. It is Jack, so we went to Felix's house.
Felix! Open up the fucking door!
Jeez, man. Calm down, bro.
Felix, please, I'm worried.
This is about Ed and Molly, so this was May 3rd, so this was like the night after they passed away, or this was like maybe a week or so after. Because I know after Ed and Molly die, Jack disappears.
Please open the door, sir. Please open the door. Felix. Felix!
He's angry. He's really angry.
Hey, what's the deal, Felix? Come on, Wood. I told you 9 p.m. I told you 9 p.m. Please. Felix. I'm calling this crew, and I'm not just telling you that. I know you're here. If this is some prank you're trying to pull, I don't find it funny, so please.
He's gonna break into his house.
Over there, Felix. Felix, if you do anything to those kids, I'll fucking kill you.
Oh.
Do you remember this door?
If you did anything to those kids, I'll kill you. Whoa, boy. That was an unexpected turn. Wow, that took a turn so quickly. What's this? Oh, there's Felix. May 3rd, 1974. It's the same night. Oh. Okay, so after Ed and Molly died, this is after okay, so it's all the same night. Jack went to Felix's house looking for him, and he wasn't there because he was still on the highway digging the hole. Oh, wow. He was still burying Ed and Molly at this time. Oh my goodness. He made a 3rd grave for himself. Wow. I'm assuming, presumably. And he realizes he's got to get rid of the evidence. And he takes Rocket with him. And he takes Molly's backpack. He takes Ed's shoe. He's covered. He's soaked in blood. He's covered, bro. Oh, come on, bro. Don't do that. Don't throw him in the river. Oh, come on, Felix. You're better than that, bro. Don't do it. It's not worth it, man. But don't do it, bro. Don't. Come on. Don't. He did it anyway. He lets it sink to the bottom of the river. He's got to get rid of the evidence at all costs. Oh. What? What are you doing, Oh, he was gonna jump, but he couldn't bring himself to do it. Yeah, that was one of my biggest questions. Like, what happened to Felix afterwards? He couldn't jump. He couldn't bring himself to do it. Wow. Wow.
May 5th. 3 days after the accident.
3 days after.
I haven't been able to sleep since last week.
Okay. Oh, and for those of you who don't remember, because Felix's alcoholism was really getting to him, he started using a tape recorder to remind himself of things. So he started recording himself to remind himself of things that would happen the night before when his addiction started really getting bad. So this is pretty much what that is. It's one of those recordings.
I finally told him what happened. It was in my office. It was the longest hour of my life.
Oh, so he did tell Jack and
Painful
Rosemary.
conversation I've ever had.
Wow.
Pain in their eyes, the anger. They both hate me now.
Rightfully so, bro. You killed their kids.
I don't blame them.
I don't blame them.
I have no idea what's going to happen to me now.
You're going to
My
jail.
life, my business, everything.
Yeah. You're going to jail, bro. Prison.
But the fact they're still buried down there.
Oh.
He haunts me every night.
Did he admit that he buried him in the forest? I hope not. I mean, okay, so he's already said that he waited 3 days, and then he told Jack and Rosemary what happened to Ed and Molly. But now my question is, did he tell them that he buried them in the forest, like where the bunker is? Because what he's saying right now, it seems like he didn't. Like, he omitted that fact. Like, so, he told them that he killed them due to his drunken driving, but he didn't tell them that he buried them in the forest. It's like, what? Well, bro, this dude's twisted on something. Like, half of me feels bad for him, but then the other half of me is like, you're a scumbag, bro. like, ugh.
Tearing me up inside.
It should, bro. Hands down. It should. Totally. 100%.
Rosemary asked about the doll.
Rocket.
I told her that they left it at school.
But he has it with him.
That was a lie.
Yep.
I don't know what to do with the doll. Wherever I go, there it is. And I can't get myself to get rid of it. It's like a constant reminder of this huge mistake and how there's nothing I can do to make it better.
Oh, their faces, they're outside the window, their souls. Ah. Shows how present they really were. Ah. So it's when Ed and Molly died to Felix. I think Martin is just showing us that after they died, this whole thing became personal to them. It became so personal to the point that they were willing to destroy everything Felix built. Felix and Jack built, specifically. Just to get back at Felix. They were willing to destroy it all just because they died, and it became personal. Ooh, that's interesting. Interesting stuff, man. Interesting stuff. I love it. I think it's interesting. It's really good. Uh-oh. Who's knocking at the door now? Is it Jack? Or is it Rip? Oh, it's their spirits. Uncle Felix. Oh yeah, I would like to mention that Felix is not actually directly related to Ed and Molly, but because he was a family friend of the Waltons, Ed and Molly just naturally called Felix Uncle Felix. So it's kind of like that thing. Please. Make it stop.
Please make it stop. I'm so sorry. Please. God, I'm so sorry.
It's not going to change what you did. I wonder who has more control over Rocket. I wonder if it's Ed or Molly, or it's just both of them at the same time. July 1st, 1974. What is going on? Am I hearing this right? Oh, it's Bond. Oh. What is he doing? What is he doing? Oh, he's stuffing Susan into Banny. Okay, so this is after he killed her. Rocket closed his eyes. The eyes of Ed and Molly. Or it's Bon and Banny. Maybe it's the eyes of Ed and Molly? Molly, I don't think we should. You saw what he did to her. He hurt her. He made her bleed. Oh, they're having a conversation inside the head. I don't want her to be hurt anymore. It's not fair. Molly, that's not our problem. Please, Ed. We have to find her. She doesn't deserve this. We have to. Fine, but be quiet. Oh, so Ed is taking control. So Ed's the more assertive one in this whole situation. Is anyone there? Please, somebody. Please. I don't know where I am. This is Susan, the soul of Susan. Who is this? Who's this guy?
I can hear you,
I can hear
Susan.
Oh.
I'm here.
Where are you? Please, where am I?
Don't you worry. You're in safe hands, Susan. Welcome to Wonderland. Your new home.
Okay.
Isn't it beautiful?
Am I
Dead? No.
Yeah, you are. You're dead. Yes, exactly.
Not yet,
Not
at
yet.
least. Your heart is still beating, but your body is now functionless.
Oh.
Out there, you're slowly suffocating, but here, you're safe. The spirit doesn't pass on quite as fast as the body does.
Oh.
I would know.
Who are you?
Oh, where are my manners?
It's the dude in the white suit.
Pleasure to meet you. My name is Bond, and you're Susan. I've had my eye on you. I know you very well, my friend. I know you like to fix things, isn't that right? Well, so do I. Wouldn't you like me to fix you?
What are you talking about?
Perhaps I could help you. Here, a gift.
Gift.
Take a look inside.
Oh, it's the Bandy mask.
Is the new you.
The new you.
A wonderful gift that will eventually become your new body. Just like a beautiful butterfly bursting from a cocoon. You will be reborn.
What does this mean?
You don't have to listen to me. That is up to you. But what other choice do you have? A spirit can survive without being tethered to a vessel. I know you're scared. I was too.
Wow, Bon is very, very manipulative. And he didn't even say his real name, so it's not Bon, but it's a spirit of some kind. But it doesn't seem like it's related to Ed and Molly, and I am still very unsure whether it's Jack or not. Kinda looks like Jack. It really does, but I could be totally wrong. Could be somebody else entirely.
But everything will be okay.
I don't...
Apologies for what I had to do to you. But look, the hard part is over with now.
Oh,
Besides, you can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs.
Oh, wow. Wow. She's still alive inside the suit. Who is it? Dude, who are you? I want to know so bad. Who are you? He's gone. They're both gone. How are we gonna protect her now? Will she be alright? I don't know. We just have to wait, okay? Alright. Come on, Molly. Let's go. So they were trying to protect Susan. Okay, that's interesting. That's it. And that is the end of the Walten Files, episode 4. That is the most interesting episode of the Walten Files I've ever seen. Martin totally had me with the story there. And there are so many more questions than there was now. Like, who's Bond? That's my biggest question. I want to know, who is he? Because this has been a big debate throughout the entire series' run. Like, is he a malevolent entity? Or is he something more? Or is he Jack Walton? We don't know. Well, guys, unfortunately, that is all the time I have today for this video. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications for when I upload new videos. Make sure to follow my social media links down in the description below to join the Ghoul Renegade. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!